Hi, good evening. Susanna Kunkel with Lux Living Group. Thank you for joining me tonight or on replay if you're watching on replay. I know this is, you like this StreamYard broadcast tool, but you do have to come in through Facebook for me to see your comments. I'm going to try to watch for them, but if this is on a replay or you're catching it later, please comment below any questions, your thoughts. I will definitely be notified and respond. Let's keep the conversation going. To be honest, I know it's in the evening. I'm actually talking to you about real estate while I'm cooking lasagna. So we'll see what goes better, the broadcast or the lasagnas. Make sure I don't burn it. At any rate, I have been wanting to highlight this story of success for some time. A colleague friend of mine, Ivory Hoffman, had a very successful luxury sale in July that I felt was the epitome in a way of the trend that we're seeing. The story of this one property sort of is the essence of what we're seeing on the main line with the demand from New Yorkers, and also in general what we can see where external circumstances create a dramatic shift in the market. Of course, as listing agents, we like to think it's all about our marketing and efforts, and that does play a part. But sometimes external circumstances can dramatically impact sales results for the good, or sometimes in a positive way, and sometimes not. I'm always using ocean analogies. Forgive me. I lived by the ocean for many years. It's just a part of my DNA. I apologize, but much like the currents in the ocean. So tonight, I wanted to tell you the story of this sale in Bryn Mawr that the best way to tell you is to show you. So I'm going to flip over and do a share screen, and we're going to go through the video overview. I'll tell you a little bit about the background and why this ties in so dramatically to the post-COVID New Yorker demand for mainline homes. So bear with me 1 second. We're going to go right to, aren't we? Yes, indeed, right here. So the home we're highlighting is 818 Muirfield in Bryn Mawr. This wonderful video. I'm going to put the videographer's information on the screen shortly. But first, just relax. Hope you've got your dinner, your glass of wine, and join me on this beautiful tour of this beautiful home. You can see how the mix of historic details with the modern amenities really resonates. The upgraded kitchen, bathrooms, yet you have the hardwood floors, some of the historic gracious details. There's the home theater. And look at this beautiful sunlight, indoor, outdoor architectural feature. So that was gorgeous. And what I want to do is tell you some of the backstory, though. What's interesting in the luxury market, above 2.5 million across the country, it's not specific just to the mainline or center city. Above 2.5, depending on the market, you get into a price range, which I think we maybe all follow on some of the real estate TMZ type news stories about celebrities who list their home for 50 million and then they have to drop it to 30 million and then it sells for 25. There comes a point in the upper market where price and time on the market are a challenge. And specifically, there's usually not much really driving an urgency to purchase a $3, $4, $5 million home. However, what's really interesting to me is, and this is where, that's another topic we'll talk about another time, is the luxury auction model is based on that need to offer luxury items, be it art, other estate items, or real estate, in a way that drives demand up and creates a sense of urgency. Now, in a way, what I wanted to show you, I'm going to give you the realtor's insights here. This sold for 3.8 cash to a buyer from New York. But when we look at the history, we get into the MLS history. This is what I really wanted to share with you. My friend Ivory Hoffman had this listed. She's a little camera shy, so I couldn't get her to come on live. So I decided to tell the story of her success at any rate. But this is indicative of what typically happens. This property was listed back in 2018 for 4.3. Then it was dropped down. You know, it was taken off, coming soon. It was dropped down to 399 and expired in July of 2019. Then it was relisted again. So, and then this is the key. In March, when COVID was ramping up, they took it off the market like a lot of sellers have done for whatever reason, uncertainty. But when they put it back on the market after this particular paperwork had expired, this is where it came on live at 3.9 and it went under contract the very next day and sold cash for 3.8 with literally only 2 days on the market technically under that listing. However, cumulative days on the market here are 614. So in this case, this is where I would say that were you all able to see that? Or did I miss the screen share? Let me show it again. I'm sorry. This is going. I was talking and pointing to things that you could not even see. Okay, so 1 second. We're going to go to the MLS. There we go. I am so sorry. So this is what I was talking about. We can look at the MLS history, and as your buyer agent, we do a lot of due diligence for you, looking at the history. That doesn't always mean anything, but it is in terms of marketing and the currents, so to speak, in the market. This shows now. Yes, the Ivory did do some improvements in her marketing, like the fabulous video. She participated in a marketing mastermind that I hosted, and we all were working together, and she found a great videographer. I love the video, but we can't contribute the success to the video, unfortunately. The COVID demand in July drove a sense of urgency like we hadn't been seen in 2 years for this property. And so that was really the backstory there that I wanted to share with you. Now you can see that. Okay. Apologize. You think I'd be better at this than that by now. At any rate, it's a fabulous story. We're seeing there was the onslaught of New York buyers, and I've got a blog article in the works. Be sure to subscribe. You can find my blog at SusannaKunkel.com. You'll see, some interesting news about the micro markets and sort of the cross currents that are happening with the drive from the city to the suburbs, because it isn't just one story. It's not just one current. There are all kinds of little cross currents happening with that. There are a lot of people that moved, bought second homes. I don't think that, New Yorkers have given up on New York. I just believe that people are weighing options to either have a second home, look at different lifestyle options. I think when your heart's in a certain place, you're always going to keep your ties there. Like you can tell from my analogies, part of my heart is always going to be on the shores of Kauai. And so there's a little bit of sand in my toes always in terms of how I relate to things and my inner and outer culture. But, it doesn't mean that I'm moving there anytime soon. But however, we certainly welcome all the New Yorkers who have moved to Philadelphia, what we fondly call the sixth borough. And we're also seeing a trend, interestingly enough. At first, it seemed the big demand was for these large estate homes like the one Ivory sold. However, people who love a cosmopolitan lifestyle miss being able to walk to restaurants, even though you want more space, need room for everyone to be able to working from home, multiple generations, not wanting to be too remote. So luckily, the main line in our area offers a variety of lifestyles with additional space, but also Center City has some really quaint villages like Queen Village and some homes there that offer a suburban lifestyle within a cosmopolitan environment that's quaint, that's friendly, that's unique, has a lot of character, tons of restaurants, even during shutdown. So if you're looking for information on where the best home for you post-COVID would be, please reach out. I'll be sure to connect with you or help you connect with the right agent that fits for you. And we look forward to seeing you have success with your goals. Always loving to talk about real estate, even when my lasagna is cooking. I'll get back to that now, though, and let you get back to your dinner. Again, please leave your comments below. Be sure to subscribe to my blog. Look forward to our next conversation. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe there. Thanks so much. Stay safe, and we'll continue this conversation next time.